This is Business Report Nigeria, brought to you by your digital First Pan-African News Network, TOS TV. I am Ruwa Panawo. Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the Director General of the World Trade Organization, has given detailed steps Nigeria should take to avert economic collapse, which include diversification of the economy, bold economic reforms, and pursuit of technological development. The Director General warned that the country was at risk of economic doom if it failed to lean on diversification from oil to other sources of survival. This was after her visit to President Muhammadu Buhari to thank him and Nigerians for the role in high margins, as the head of the World Trade Organization. She also placed emphasis on the fact that the World Trade Organization is concerned about Nigeria's foreign exchange rate. She said, and I quote, "The World Trade Organization is concerned about foreign exchange, the way we manage it, the way we use it, and how we use it to support manufacturing or imports and exports in our economy." And I think we're in discussion with them about the complaints or about the exchange rate regime, and we try to explain. I think having a strong exchange rate and being able to face out of this, I think we'll be heading in that direction. We're also going to see the governor of the central bank and will undoubtedly discuss some of these issues. On Monday, March 15, the National Bureau of Statistics said more than 23 million Nigerians are jobless. Now, according to the Bureau, unemployment rate in the country rose to 33.3% in the fourth quarter of last year from 27.1% in the second quarter of the same year. The statistics were generated from a nationwide socio-economic survey which sampled 33,300 households across the country, both in urban and rural areas. The unemployment rate among rural dwellers was 34.5%, up from 28.2% in the second quarter of 2020, while the urban dwellers reported a rate of 31.3%, up from 26.4%. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has said the federal government is going to consult widely before halting subsidy on premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol. Now, according to reports, Nigeria consumes about 57.44 million liters of petrol daily, while the actual ex-depot cost for the product was 206.42 naira per liter. NNPC, however, sells the commodity at an ex-depot price of 148 naira 6 kobo per liter and insists it would maintain this rate throughout this month. This means it would carry a subsidy of 57 naira 82 kobo on every liter of petrol consumed in Nigeria. Now, NNPC might spend 102.96 billion naira on petrol subsidy this month, going by the recent pricing template for the commodity. The General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division, Kenny Obataru, insisted that NNPC would not hike petrol price in March so as not to fracture the ongoing discussions between the government and the organized labor on the fuel price. While taking profit in 19 stocks, the Nigerian Stock Exchange resumed the first trading week on a bearish note, with key performance indicators dropping by 0.22%. As a result, the month-to-date and year-to-date losses increased to 3.1% and 4.2% respectively, with market capitalization dipping at 46 billion naira to close at 20.18 trillion naira from 20.22 trillion naira recorded on Friday. This loss was propelled by price depreciation in large and medium capitalized stocks closing the market with 19 laggards against 17 gainers. The total volume of shares traded declined by 37.2% because investors bought and sold 184.53 million shares worth 2.52 billion naira traded in 3,527 deals, in contrast with 293.97 million shares, valued at 3.77 billion naira, achieved in 3,760 deals on Monday. The House of Representatives is intent on recovering all dividends, assets, and funds belonging to the federal government in privatized and commercialized enterprises in the country. Makama Misau, chairman of the House Committee on Privatization and Commercialization, said, and I quote, "I want to assure the Speaker and members of the public that we shall work with the House standing rules, uphold the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in doing our job. The legal framework for privatization and commercialization of public enterprises is the 1999 Public Enterprises Act." There's more coming up on Business Report Nigeria. I will be back after the short break. All companies in Nigeria are riled up due to the retention of only $3 billion out of an estimated $75 billion investment in the oil and gas sector in the sub-Saharan Africa countries in the last few years. Now, in a virtual meeting organized by the Oil Trade Section of the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, LCCI, the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, NITI, Dr. Ogbonnaya Orji, expressed regrets over the complaints by oil companies of Nigeria's investment losses. He stated that the new approach by NITI is to work with the government, companies and the civil society to rebuild trust urgently required to promote inflow of foreign direct investments into the oil, gas and mining sectors through the NITI process. According to experts, there is a need for the federal government to reposition the local bourse to make it more attractive in order to accumulate savings from the rest of the world. The Managing Director, Chief Economist, Africa and the Middle East Global Research Standard Chartered Bank, Radzia Khan, has said that Nigeria, is in dire need to borrow from the savings crew available abroad to finance growth. She was intent on the need for African countries with any amount of external debt to leverage the current tight credit spread due to the constraining state of Eurobond to refinance their existing debt obligations. In a report, the Central Bank of Nigeria extended the deadline with respect to call for expressions of interest for appointment as independent infrastructure asset manager for the Infrastructure Corporation of Nigeria Limited. The report read, and I quote, references made to the request by the promoters, which include the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Africa Finance Corporation and the Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority for expressions of interest from qualified asset managers active in the infrastructure sector to manage the Infrastructure Corporation of Nigeria Limited. This communique is to convey an extension to the deadline for receipt of final proposals in response to the detailed request for proposals from 12 noon Nigerian time on 16 March 2021 by 2 weeks to 12 noon Nigerian time on 30th of March 2021. The process, however, remains the same. Professor Umar Dambata, Executive Vice Chairman of Nigerian Communications Commission, has said the purpose of broadband penetration, national identity number, subscribers identity module, SIM registration, to SIM linkage and other digital economy interventions of the federal government are for the digital finance and inclusion for majority of Nigerians. The Executive Chairman said embracing the existing telecommunications infrastructure in Nigeria is of utmost importance if we are to achieve economic prosperity. He said, and I quote, financial inclusion is considered a key enabler to reduce extreme poverty and boost shared prosperity, and countries with high mobile money account ownership have less gender inequality. He also said more than $70 billion has been invested in telecommunications infrastructure deployment in Nigeria since the liberalization of the industry in 2001. The Nigeria Interbank Settlement System, PLC NIBSS, has launched the new Quick Response NQR payment solution. This is an innovative payment platform implemented on behalf of all financial service providers. Mr. Premier Oiwo, the Chief Executive Officer of the NIBSS, has said digital transactions supported through the NQR code payments will promote and enhance consumer payment experience while driving growth for business owners. The payment solution is set to be deployed by deposit money banks to unlock a wealth of extra benefits that will transform the way Nigerians choose to conduct payments at all levels. There's still more coming up on Business Report Nigeria. I will be back after the short break.
Audio Jungle.
Thank you for staying with me. The African Export-Import Bank, AFREXIMBANK, has announced the signing of a 7-year term loan facility to provide financing to OCP Group of Morocco worth $350 million to support the group's expansion plans across Africa. Now, the president of the bank, Professor Benedict Orama, said the partnership was in fulfillment of its mandate of ensuring export development in the continent and promoting intra-African trade and investments. In the last decade, the group had cemented cemented its position in many African countries, and it is committed to developing South-South cooperation. Nigeria recently signed a $1.4 billion agreement with the OCP Group of Morocco to produce ammonia and diammonium phosphate in the gas industrialization strategy, a project structured to commercialize Nigeria's vast natural gas resources and satisfy Morocco's demand for cost-competitive ammonia. Deposit money banks have been asked by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) to commence the adoption of the contactless payment service option. It was launched on Monday, March 15, to help create and offer better customer experience to the public by simply scanning generated digital code to make payment. Now, according to Musa Jimo, CBN Director Payment System Management, the NQR payment solution is an alternative payment plan that will eliminate direct contact between merchants and their customers and boost financial inclusion while providing access to faster, easier and secure financial services to Nigerians. Each code will have unique details containing the information relating to the transaction and link with the customer's banking app, which is already on their smartphone. The Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, has applauded the Senate for passing the Plant Variety Protection Bill, PVP, into law on the 3rd of March after several months of deliberations. Now, according to the statement, the passage and implementation of the PVP bill would give plant breeders intellectual property over a new plant variety with exclusive rights to commercialize seed and/or propagation material of the variety. This will promote marketing of new varieties and allow breeders to earn back the considerable cost involved in the long process of variety development. Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State has accused the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) of depriving his state access to agricultural loans. The governor told the visiting Minister of State for Agriculture and Rural Development, Mustafa Shehuri, that the bank was playing politics with its agricultural loans and challenged the federal government to show proof of the roads it constructed in the state. According to him, all agricultural policies should be implemented to achieve the intended food security and jobs for the youth, and the CBN should have partnered with the Rivers State government to achieve the objectives of setting up the state-owned cassava processing plant. Now, even as they urge their customers to take advantage of the Naira for dollar incentive, deposit money banks have informed customers that the Central Bank of Nigeria's Naira for dollar scheme will end on the 8th of May. The DMBs explained that the decision was in line with the CBN's directive with intentions to encourage the inflow of diaspora remittances into the country, as the CBN Naira for dollar scheme is an unprecedented incentive for senders and recipients of international money transfers. And on that note, we end Business Report Nigeria. Thank you for watching. Do follow us on social media at TOSTV Network on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at TOSTV Network. I am Ruel Penao.